Oh, is there anything in your blocking your view?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
Got
Just making sure. Well,
Got it.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
It's
I
getting
didn't see got it on there. I was looking for get it or got it. I didn't see
It's
it.
been got.
You did got it. It's did on get.
Hello and good morrow. Once, a great while, on the dark side of the moon, there assembles a small group of minds from throughout the land. This tribe is beckoned by the elder, Mr. Ron M.F. Jones, a.k.a. Mr. Free Bird. He calls forth his people to discuss various topics about many things. These minds come together to form not a round table, but the malarkey that is the Ron Table. The Ron Table.
Welcome back for another episode of The Ron Table. I'm co-host Jeff Jones here with my other co-host Ron motherfucking Jones and Jenny fucking McKinney. Today we are joined by special guest Josh McKinney. Josh, welcome to The Ron Table.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on The Ron Table, Josh. Josh, you willing to be interviewed? A couple interview questions. You all right with that?
Sure.
All right, Josh. Starting out, let me ask you this. Peanut butter, crunchy or smooth?
Oh, smooth. I don't like eating peanut butter like it's Captain Crunch.
Ah,
Up in your gums and stuff.
yep,
Good choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like crunchy. I like all natural peanut butter where it's almost like you feel like they just put some peanuts, butter in a can and like
Let's
maybe
shook it up.
shook it or stir a fork through it. That's my kind.
Then you're working out before you even get to eat.
Josh, imagine the protein. How much protein?
So many protein.
But all right, Josh, let me ask you this: Tom or Jerry?
Oh, probably Jerry. Yeah, I like Jerry because he's always getting away with stuff. And he laughs about it every single time. Right? Just makes
Right.
Tom super mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I identify with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Tom just always seemed like the a-hole in the situation. He was. All right, let me ask you this, Josh. How would you react if you were transformed into a fish?
I'd probably be doing okay. I do like to swim. I was a lifeguard at one time, so I'm pretty comfortable in the water.
That's good.
Yeah, so I think I'd do all right. I'd thrive. I'd probably go around eating little minnows and get to be a big fish in a little pond.
That's a good answer. You know, this week I was reading an article about mermaids, that mermaids were real, and it's really not a mermaid in the sense of what people would think of a mermaid, but it's people who are born with fused together legs. What the article was about, that the oldest one recorded was 27, and what I couldn't find is why would they be passing early just because they have fused legs?
Yeah.
But they did find that the people when they were born with fused legs were very fast and proficient swimmers under
Yeah.
the age of 1.
Whoa.
That's because basically they're swimming around in that fluid already. They're training.
Right? Well, they do say if a baby is born, once a baby's born, if you toss it into water, it will just swim.
Yeah.
And it's instinctive that it will just swim, and it's weird. I don't know what kind of people would be testing that theory.
Yeah, don't do that to baby Ronnie Jones, though. Sink right to the
I
bottom.
know.
Yeah. Also, that's why it weirds me out when people are all freaking out from the rain. Like, you lived in water for 9 months, you're gonna be okay.
Right, your whole first apartment was underwater. What's wrong? All right, Josh, moving on. If you could speak to one type of animal, what animal would it be?
What would I be?
What animal, if you could speak to one type of animal, communicate with one type of animal, what type of animal would that be?
That's a good question, Jeff. Something I've never thought about before.
I'll let you think about that for a second.
Yeah, I'll come back to
I
that.
would almost have to say it would be a dog, only because I was thinking about this question and I was thinking, what is the most common animal you're going to come across to utilize this skill? You know what I mean? I'd like to think it'd be great to communicate with a fox. But how often am I within yelling distance of a fox?
Or even with birds, there's just so many birds, they just would be nonstop communicating, so do you want that?
Right. Or, yeah, and every time if you communicate with crows and ravens and all of a sudden, they realize, he can communicate with them. You think every time I come out of my house, they're going to all be sitting there And they're gonna be like,
Right.
hey, tell Tom up the road to quit doing this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're gonna expect me to be running errands and telling people things for them. Just, I don't need all that.
Yeah.
So I figure a dog is the most common one I'm around.
I feel like if you were to be able to talk to a squirrel, could you really understand a squirrel that much? I mean, it seems like they'd be talking a mile a minute.
A mile a minute, and it's probably just a lot of complaints. I mean, you know, he's not gonna be asking how your day was, how did work go. He's not, you know.
I feel like a lot of death too. They'd be sharing a lot of death. Like, hey, my cousin, you know, so and so just got squished on the road over there. So.
Yeah, a lot of fear and just
Yeah.
strife.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I mean, you could just go to work for that.
Yeah, for real, right? All right, Josh, tell me about your most recent traveling experience.
Most recent travel experience, where did we go? Went to Boston, I guess, would be the last place.
Oh, like travel for flight?
Go to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over Boston.
It was pretty awesome. Got to see a lot of cool historical stuff, where Paul revealed.
What did he reveal?
That the Redcoats were coming.
Oh.
And we saw his house, Paul Revere, and where the Declaration of Independence was like spoken for the first time, read aloud. That was really neat. A lot of cool stuff.
When you were there, did you hear that Paul Revere wasn't the actual person to come through and warn them that the British were coming? And that they didn't say the Redcoats were coming? It was Paul Revere and 2 other people came through. Okay, 3 of them, I heard, rode into town. Nobody ever actually said the Redcoats were coming, but they did imply the British are on the way. But when it was documented, the guy who documented it or wrote the first book about it didn't like how its title sounded with the other gentleman's name that actually was the first one to warn everybody. But he liked Paul Revere's name because it was more catchy. So he wrote the Ride of Paul Revere or the whatever of Paul Revere because it was better sounding, and that guy got credit for everything.
Oh, dang.
Did they talk about that there?
Yeah, I think when we heard a little like conversation about it, and what didn't they say, like the British are coming, not the
Yeah, it was something along the lines.
Yeah.
But again, Redcoats just is more, you give them a stereotype, label them something.
Yeah, we will say that that was probably one of the most excited cities that people have been in, like that they love working there and they love living there and they love tourists. They love to like share the excitement of their city with everybody. Like everybody was so super nice.
It was not inclusive at all.
Nice.
Everybody was just like, come on in and we'll share whatever we have with you.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, is that the time the Revolutionary War started? Back then,
I'm not taking history questions.
Is when the British were coming. Is that when they started fighting?
Oh yeah, I'm not taking history questions.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I feel like it is, but I don't want to say it is.
I just scraped by on history.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what was
Woodshop was my gig.
What was the boat? What was the boat we went on? That was pretty cool.
The Pinta.
No.
Santa Maria.
No, it was like one of the last, wasn't it one of the original boats that had been in the war? I don't know.
No. We saw the last wooden naval ship that was still in
like working
service.
Working condition.
Called Old Ironside. And it was a wooden ship. And the reason why they call it Ironside was when cannonballs would hit it, they would just bounce off like it was like an iron ship, but it's actually wooden. So,
hey, when they come over on the boat, was that the Potomac that they were on?
Again, scrape by in history.
Oh.
Apologize.
Dad, you really need to visit a museum or something, Dad.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm right on all these.
Okay.
Well, you're asking them like it's a question, but I feel like you're telling us. So.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Well, I was just seeing if you guys knew.
Yeah. Not confirmed.
Dad, what's your most recent traveling experience?
Out to the mailbox and back.
All right, you're going to Cracker Barrel today, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
But that's got to be traveling because there's not a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, but I ain't went yet.
I couldn't even tell you where a Cracker Barrel is, so somehow you're traveling to get there.
I ain't went yet, so I ain't traveled anywhere.
Where's it at? How far is it?
In Flint, Birch Run.
Oh, okay, that's not too far.
No.
My guess, he's going to get chicken and dumplings, a side of corn, and some biscuits.
I think he's gonna get a country fried steak.
Yep.
With biscuit gravy.
And cornbread.
And cornbread.
You gotta have that cornbread.
Yeah, Dad and his cornbread. He's very specific about that. And then if it doesn't taste like his mom's, he'll be sure to tell him.
I wish I would have got it before something happened.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, and the final question out your interview is, if you were a T-shirt, what color would you be?
Oh, definitely green.
Oh.
Green is favorite color.
You have a green shirt on now. Is that green?
I do.
Nice.
Try to wear.
You like green because St. Patrick's, right?
Yes.
It's the Irish color.
Irish, yep.
Yep, Irish green.
As a McKinney, I identify as green.
Hey, Josh, by the way, what project you working on?
Well, thanks for asking, Dad. As you know, I've been woodworking for quite some time and recently taken up some wood carving. And so I'm doing some wood carving right now. I brought a couple examples for you to take a look at. Not the listeners won't be able to see them, but you can, and then I'll get your feedback. So I made this little elephant for Jen. It's a elephant made out of basswood.
You made it from scratch, like out of a little piece of wood?
Yeah, and it's a little piece of basswood. Started out as a little 4x4 little piece of block of wood, and didn't lose any digits on that one.
Did you make it from a knife or a wood carving tool?
Wood carving tool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those guys that whittle on stuff, they just use a little pocket knife.
I was going to say, do you consider yourself a whittler? Would that be whittling?
You know, I met a guy one time and he was making a spoon, and I said, "Hey, I see you're whittling there," and he's like, "I'm carving." I'm like, "Whoa, okay."
Oh,
so
okay.
I guess it's carving, I guess.
I guess that's a professional name.
Yeah. I guess whittling would be like take a twig and, make your own toothpick, I guess.
Right.
Or a spear. Most recently, I've started working on this. I have no pattern to it or anything, but I'm making this little guy here. It's a little gnome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quite finished. There's a little toadstool in the back.
Yeah.
And you can see where it's all started. Kind of started in this block of wood here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just freeforming it.
That's good.
So, yeah, he'll have a little beard, and maybe I'll throw another toadstool in the back. I don't know yet. But as long as I don't lose a digit, that's kind of what I've been working on.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yep.
I wish you luck on it.
Thanks.
Nice. Yeah, good luck playing with your wood.
Yeah. It's whittle. It's whittlewood.
It's a whittlewood.
Sounds like you're carving. All right, Josh, thanks for joining us at the round table. And moving on, we're going to talk about the month of May. May is so lovely. It's a month of flowers, beauty, and celebrations. May is home to amazing moments in history, birthdays, and some of our favorite celebrities. So sit back, relax, and let's celebrate this amazing month of May. In May of 1873, blue jeans were officially invented. Thought that was interesting. Birthstone of May is emerald, which represents love and success. Zodiac sign for May is Taurus and Gemini. Birth flower of May is lily for the valley. Month of May was named after Maya, the Greek goddess of fertility. Dad. Also, I thought this was interesting. In any given year, no month ever begins or ends on the same day of the week as May does. So if May begins and ends on a Sunday, no other month that year will.
Oh.
I see you looking at a calendar, Jen. Is that true? Check.
I have that it started on a Saturday and ends on a Sunday.
Right. So does any other month start and end on a Saturday, Sunday?
Oh, I don't know.
No. According to this, it says no.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
May was once considered a bad luck month to get married. There's a poem that says, "Marry in May and you'll rue the day." May is the month of autumn in the southern hemisphere and spring in the northern hemisphere. That's what May is about. Jen, before I throw it over to you, I'm going to hit a few historical moments that are coming up in May. The Empire State Building opened on May 1st of 1931. On May 14th, 1804, Lewis and Clark began their trip up the Missouri River. In May of 1918, the first airmail service began. On May 20th, 1932, Amelia Earhart flew across the Atlantic Ocean, marking the first solo flight by a woman. May of 1788, South Carolina became the eighth state, and San Francisco, eighth state. And in San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge opened May 27th, 1937. So that's historically some things that had happened in May. Jen, I'm going to toss it over to you for special days coming up.
All right, good times. May has some fun days that you guys will probably appreciate. So on May 3rd, Wednesday, it's Paranormal Day. Woo!
Nice. That's good to
also,
know.
May 4th is May the 4th be with you, so that's Star Wars Day.
That's right.
They always have fun cupcakes and stuff at the grocery store, so that's always a fun thing to do if you have kids or not.
Yep. After May 4th, though, they have Revenge of the 5th.
Oh, yeah. It's the Sith.
Yep.
Is that new? Did somebody just come up with that?
I've heard Revenge of the 5th, and people have come at me with Revenge of the 6th.
Ooh. So on the 5th is actually Cinco de Mayo, or Cinco de Mayo. Yo! And then there's and then some other fun days in May include May 8th is No Sock Day, so don't wear socks that day.
Yeah, get blisters. Then you're dealing with that on the 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah.
But I don't like wearing socks most of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe
I've seen Matthew McKinney hardly wear socks.
All right.
Party at the Moon Tower.
The 11th is Hostess Cupcake Day.
Hell yeah.
Get a ding dong, Joe, ding dong. Yeah. So on the 14th, it's Mother's Day. So May 14th, Sunday is Mother's Day. It's also National Chicken Dance Day.
Oh, on the same day. That's
Same
convenient.
day, so you should do a chicken dance for your mom.
Right.
That's what
It just makes sense.
Or have her do the chicken dance.
World Turtle Day. Like turtles.
Yeah, on the 23rd, it's World Turtle Day. So watch for turtles that day. Also, when you live up north, make sure you are saving the turtles. So if you see a turtle crossing the road, be
Always.
careful. Save it.
Or I seen a turtle once crossing the road. I kind of helped it off the road so it wouldn't get hit by a car.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Yes.
So
Go ahead, Jen. You tell yours first. I got a few.
yeah. So we were moving. Josh and I were moving. We're moving from Ortonville to Goodrich. Dad's got the truck packed up. All of a sudden, he shoots off the side of the road, front end of the truck down in the ditch, and then he jumps out. There's a turtle. I'm not joking. It looked like, I don't know, 2 feet wide is how it felt to me. He just takes his shoe.
Huge snapper.
Huge snapper. He doesn't because you shouldn't grab those by the tail. You should actually get them by the back of the shell. And so Dad takes his shoe, kicks the turtle up on its side, so it flips on its back and it's hissing and all that and everything. And then he just kicks it across the road that it was the side it was coming from, so it's all mad. And then it just slowly starts going back up the hill.
I bet he ain't moved that fast in a long time.
Yeah, he spun it like a dime. You know when you take a dime and you spin it on the table?
Oh, yeah.
In Mario Kart?
Mario. That's what I was picturing.
Yeah.
Well, I had to get him out of the road. I don't want him getting hit by a car.
I can think of nothing.
Yeah.
At least 3 or 4 times easily growing up that Dad pulled over and got a turtle offside of the road, usually a big snapper, and put it in the back floorboard of the car.
Yeah.
And I would either be on the seat or up in the front waiting for that thing to come under the seat and get me because you could hear it hissing.
Yeah.
And they were always huge. Made no sense, Dad. I'm not even sure why you picked them up and put them in the car, but in hindsight, it was hilarious. Hilarious.
I always kept a turtle saving kit in the trunk, so I had gloves, and then I had an extra car mat because my thought was get them on the car mat and then pull them across.
Yeah.
But
One time I was on lunch driving down just to station and go back to work, And I come over the train tracks, and there was a huge turtle. We're talking huge in the road. And I'm like, oh my God, like I got to get him out of the road. And I was in a hurry because I was on lunch. So I hurry up and zing my car over. I get out and I go walking back towards the turtle. And as I got about 2 feet from it, this thing was huge. This thing leaped up and it hissed and it snapped. And it got about 1/4 of an inch from the end of my nose. I could hear and feel its breath on my face.
Oh
I almost thought it was going to take my face off.
Its tail?
And it leaped straight up. And I freaked out. And there was a minivan behind me. And they're like, go ahead, take your time. And I jumped so far back. I went to my car, popped my trunk. I grabbed my floor mat and a skateboard I had in my car. And I put the floor mat next to it. And I wedged the skateboard under him and flipped him upside down on the floor mat. And pulled him across the road and flipped him back over. That thing freaked me out. That had my heart racing for like 3 weeks.
Even now, you're traumatized. I can feel it.
You want to hear something funny, though? Is about 3 days later at work, I was at Northern at the time. I get back to work, and Jeremy, who I worked with, you went to school with, guy who taught me sheet metal.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, man, the other day on lunch, did you almost get your face taken off by a turtle? And I go, yeah, I did. He goes, yeah, my mom and my aunt were in the minivan behind you. I go, oh my God, I sucks. I can't believe they had to see that. I go, they see me jump about 10 feet back when it leaped. He's like, oh yeah, we were all laughing about there talking about the reenactment of the whole thing. I go, well, I'm glad someone was. Man, I was still shaking.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
What are the chances that it was Jeremy's family behind you?
I know, right?
Oh
I knew it was 2 ladies because they looked terrified when they seen me jump, and I looked back at them. They looked like, oh my God, he almost just got his face taken off.
Imagine,
I'm like, yeah.
How do you call 911 for that? Like, hey, a turtle just ate half of my face.
But when I flipped it, got it out of the road, and re-flipped him over, they were clapping for me. So that was.
That's like something you'd see on cartoons.
Yeah.
You know, with a turtle on your nose and you're spinning around.
This turtle was like 2 feet long, like around. Like it was huge.
What do you think the turtle's thoughts are during all these interactions?
He went back and told his friends, like, dang it, I almost had some flesh.
Like, he was like, dang, I got my ass kicked.
I never knew a turtle can jump. I thought they was real slow and stuff. I never knew they can jump off the ground like straight up.
Straight up and like leap off of their tail.
You know, like a helicopter, right? Straight up.
I don't think they're as swift to like come back down as smooth as they go up. Like because I think it's once they leave the ground, it's a crapshoot if they're going to end up on their back, side, front.
Oh, he didn't care. It was worth it. He was going to get that nose.
No, I think he was like, this is Sparta.
Yeah. My heart's racing now just remembering that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
He had no fear that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Jen. Go on.
No, that's okay. Save the
World Turtle Day.
But watch your life. Yeah. You guys will like this one on the 28th. So the day before Memorial Day is National Hamburger Day. Hamburger.
Oh, yeah.
That's always our code when we lose contact with Peanut on the phone. We're like, hamburger, until somebody comes back, and then we know we lost you.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, anyways, on the 31st, it's National Smile Day. So, I mean, it's your choice. You can smile up or down, I guess. You got an upside down smile if you got resting bitch face.
Bless their heart. Bless it. All right. So that was the special months of the day. Special days of the month. And Dad, we're going to shoot it over to you for celebrity information.
I'm doing celebrity birthdays this month. So sit back because I got a lot of them.
Oh.
I got like 20.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I got Kate Blanchett. She was born in 5/14/69, Victoria, Malta. In Victoria in Malta. That's an island.
Oh, I was going to ask who that was.
I got Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, The Rock?
May 2nd. He was born in Hayward, California. So.
Dad, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? If you do, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Now, you know what that boils down to? It's can you figure what I'm thinking?
Is that what he means?
Yeah, that's what he means.
Oh, I never knew that.
I'm pretty sure WWE paid him to just say it. So
Yeah. And then he had that mouth with the eye going on, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
How's that again, Dad?
All right, I
can't
got
do
Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, 5'31", 76. He's from Ireland. You can relate to that, can't you, Josh?
Aye.
Aye.
Colin Farrell's, he played the Penguin in something Batman related, and
He did.
He did such a good job. And when you watch it, it's one of those like you can't even figure out how that's Colin Farrell. There's there's a lot of prosthetics going on,
Yeah.
but even the voice, the acting, everything, it's like, and they're coming out, I believe it's Netflix is coming out with a series called The Penguin, and it's just about his backstory. It actually looks really good. I'm not a big, getting into, sub-universes of things,
Yeah.
but it looks really good.
You know, the first Penguin was Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
Back when Adam West played Batman.
Burgess
What else
Meredith,
did he play?
Mickey and Rocky.
Yeah, he played that.
You're nothing, punk.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in, I think out of all the Twilight Zone episodes, he starred in the most episodes, Burgess Meredith.
Oh, wow.
He's pretty well known. You wouldn't think he is, but he is. All right, this is going way back. Gary Cooper, he played in a lot of Western pictures. Back in the 40s.
Super duper.
He was born in Helena, Montana. He was born in Helena, Montana. Joe Cocker.
Oh yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
He was born in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And England.
From my friend.
You know, Tim McGraw,
Yeah.
country western singer.
No.
I 167. He's from Delhi, Louisiana.
Is he boot scooting?
Wasn't that Garth?
I don't know. I'm just over here new boot goofing.
Oh, Randall Tex Cobb.
Oh.
I think he's a country and western singer. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Plants
I
a
didn't-
lot of corn.
Yeah, I was gonna say brother of
Right.
corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Inventor of the corn cob.
Or Captain Colonel.
All right, you might relate to this guy, Andre
Oh.
the Giant.
Oh, Dre the
I never heard of
Giant.
him.
Eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
I think he was 8'1" or something, or 7'7", and he weighed like 300 and something pounds.
Well, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You ever see that time that he fought Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania?
You remember that? I think there was a reminiscent part on Meditation for Men.
There was. It was
There
at the
was.
Silverdome too. It was at Pontiac Silverdome, WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, he body slammed him, but ever
Yeah.
since then, I think he started going downhill after he picked him up.
Well, it probably herniated his back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think it probably herniated all his organs.
Given
Yeah.
your proximity, Dad, to the Pontiac Silverdome at that time, did you feel tremors?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Just
It's one if he didn't go through the mat, though.
Oh.
Hey,
All right.
that could have probably brought down the Silverdome.
Oh,
Oh, here it is. I
too
got
soon?
it. Here, I got it.
what do you got?
5'19", 46, and he was from France.
Yeah,
and
he
was
was.
7'4" tall.
Hey, that's Mom's birthday. He was born on Mom's birthday.
Oh, look at that baguette.
Spindy.
And I got Bill Paxton,
Oh, yeah.
5'17", 55. He's from Texas.
Yep. Guy from Twister.
Sugar Ray Leonard, 5'17", 56, North Carolina.
Yep.
All right, I got Dennis Hopper. He was 5'17", 36, Carolina, Kansas.
Kansas, so he was close to Indiana. Remember him in Hoosiers?
Yeah.
He was the town drunk.
He was also an Easy Rider with Peter Fonda.
Yep. He also hijacked a bus, Speed. Remember that when he put the bomb on the
Oh,
bus?
yeah, okay. With Keanu.
Yeah.
Reeves.
He was with
Sandra Bullock.
Speed?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Josh?
Is he on Waterworld?
No, that was Kevin Costner.
Yeah, but Kevin Costner, but Dennis Hopper wasn't.
Oh, Dennis Hopper. I was thinking Keanu Reeves. Keanu! I was thinking that'd been sweet if Keanu was in Waterworld. No, Dennis Hopper was. I believe so.
Yeah, that's Kevin Costner and Dennis Hopper.
That's an underrated movie.
It is, too. As soon as you said Keanu, I go, Mike, sidetracked. Keanu! We just saw John Wick 4 last weekend. That was good. What'd you think, Dad?
I thought he killed more people in that one than he did all three of them put together. Yeah. I mean, every 2 seconds he was like killing somebody.
Oh yeah, there was a lot.
It was a lot. You couldn't even take it all in. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it 3 times just to keep up with it. All right, I got Rudolph Valentino. He was like a sex symbol back in the 50s.
All right.
You didn't hear about him?
No.
Oh, okay.
What did he star in?
I don't know what he started in, but he was like the Casanova back then, while the girls used to hang around him.
Quite the Don Quixote, yeah.
Yeah. And Orson Welles.
Oh.
He was the one that predicted that the Earth was going to end or something.
No, he did War of the Worlds. Orson Welles, I believe that. Every time I hear Orson Welles, I always think of Pinky and the Brain. Because that's who they modeled the brain after, the voice.
All right, he was born 5'6", in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Cheesehead.
Yep.
Dennis Rodman, 5'3", 61, New Jersey.
All right.
When were his ears born?
They came out. They came out in 60 or 59.
Yeah, he was kind of good on the Pistons. I liked him. He was funny.
Yeah.
That's back when the Bad Boys were around in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think he went overseas in France and played down.
All
right, I got B. Arthur. Remember B. Arthur and the Golden Girls?
Sex symbol.
5'13", 22 from New York.
All right.
All right, I got 2 more. Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 5'10", let's see, 5'10", 18. No, wait a minute. It's got to be 1899. He was born.
Really?
Wow. In Nebraska.
A lot of bugs there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed him coming from Nebraska, given all the tapping.
All right, remember Phil Silvers?
No.
You don't remember
Phil
him?
Adams. I don't know.
Collins.
Anyway, he was born in
5'11". McCracken?
5'11". He played in a lot of comedy shows.
Rugrats?
He played in a lot of comedy shows back in the 50s. That's back in my time, before color TV.
I think I can help with this Phil situation. Josh, you're thinking of Phil and Lil.
Yeah.
Yep. I think is that who you're talking about, Dad?
I ain't never heard of them. I've heard of Phil Silvers, but not Phil and Lil.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
All right, that's all I got. So.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
that's all I got.
That was. I almost had a birthday after all, though.
Half hour we'll never get back.
Well, you asked for it. That's what I give you.
You're hard.
Oh my God, too much. All right, Dad, you got to give it to Jeff Jones for.
Dad, you want to chuck it over to me?
All right, Jeff, I'll let you have it. Take over now. So it's all yours.
Home, Jeff.
We're halfway home. All right, Dad, for this mystery minute, I have a couple quick things here. Now, one thing I want to point out, it's for the mystery minute, is it has been the first sighting of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, in 2023, just occurred this week.
Oh, snap.
The first time anybody had seen her in 2023.
What, were they flying over in a helicopter or something and looking down in the water?
Nope, there's a Loch Ness Monster enthusiast. It's a veteran enthusiast that had witnessed it, and he was ecstatic. He said it was the first time in a few years that a lot of the people that constantly follow Nessie and are looking for Nessie There hasn't been a sighting in the past 2 years at least, and they were getting real bummed out about it. And he happened to get 2 different video clips he has of it, and I would share it on here. For some reason, every time I tried to watch it, it was like the video was real slow and like breaking up.
Oh, you got reported to the government.
I'm not sure, so I wasn't going to share it. But if you're curious, you can look it up. Look up Nessie Loch Ness Monster video 2023. You'll see it. There's 2 different clips of it, and what I could tell is there is movement, and it's what's in question is one clip is the amount of wake and how the size of it. Can't be a fish, they don't think, because the wake was too big for it to be a fish underneath the water. It was like an 8 to 10 foot wake it was leaving in the video, and I seen the wake, but it was like jumpy video, and if you look it up on a laptop or something, it wouldn't play regular. I was looking it up on my phone. So that was one thing for the Mystery Minute. The second thing is that there's been a lot of Bigfoot sightings in Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan recently.
Yeah.
And I found an article that breaks down what states have the most Bigfoot sightings in them. And Michigan is actually number 8. They've had 225 sightings of Bigfoot recorded. Number one state would be Washington. That's where a lot of Bigfoot sightings that people.
You mean Washington State?
Yeah, the state.
Yeah.
Nope, not there's. I don't believe there's any Bigfoot in the capital. Let me look on here. Nope, that is not in the top 15. The capital. So the capital.
How about Oregon? Oregon should be in there.
Yeah, Oregon, Dad, is number 6. Number 1 is Washington State. Number 2 is actually California. Washington State has 708 confirmed reported sightings of a Bigfoot. California is second with 461. Florida has 338 down in Florida for number 3.
Hey.
Ohio, 318. Illinois, 302. Oregon, 257. Texas has 253. Then Michigan with 225. Tennessee was not on here. It didn't make the top 15. But a lot of them, I was surprised. A lot of them are in the Midwest. Or I guess I'm not surprised that a lot of them are in the Midwest. But I was surprised how many were in the southern states.
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, places like that. Georgia. Like, I just don't associate the southern part of the country with Bigfoot sightings. Something always seems like they're like around the northern states. Maybe the Midwest, but up into Canada. You know what I mean? Given the mountainous region that they generally hang out in the caves that, people believe they go into to die is why we don't find the bones. Just saying. If bears go into caves, way down deep into caves and die, they know they're gonna, is why we don't find a lot of bear bones. Is why they also think we don't find a lot of Bigfoot bones.
Oh.
I don't know. That's why I associate it with mountainous regions. It'd be kind of hard to be a Bigfoot in Florida and try to go somewhere and die where no one would find
you was talking about Nessie and Bigfoot. Maybe all these cryptids is going to start coming. Like the chupacabra?
Like an uprising, Dad? You think they're organizing and some kind of uprising?
Yeah, maybe.
If you were to get Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and Chupacabra together, some shit's going to go down.
That'd be a good tour.
Some stuff's going to happen.
They are starting to release more video, like military video of UAPs and possible UFOs. Could it be all related that aliens are saying, hey, come on out, guys?
Right now, just as of right now, the U.S. government has confirmed, and this is coming through the Pentagon. This isn't me as like some whack job conspiracy theorist outside staring up into space. But the Pentagon has confirmed that they are investigating over 600 unidentified objects that are flying. So,
did you start Skinwalker Ranch yet?
No, I have not, Jen. No, I have.
A new season just came out. We're on season 4.
You gotta watch it.
No, I haven't. I haven't got a chance to watch them.
Okay.
But the final thing this is what I was gonna actually cover in the Mystery Minute but I couldn't find enough information to make it its own thing. Is in Texas, there was a guy driving by a boat ramp, and he had seen just the top of a Jeep. Have you read this story at all? Okay, he had seen the top of a Jeep. He's like, okay, there's a Jeep in the water. So they call the cops. It takes the cops about 18 minutes to get there. Then they call a wrecker. It takes a wrecker about 10 minutes to get there, okay? Takes about another 15 minutes for a fisherman to pull up for them to get the boat, the guy from the wrecker into the boat, get the boat out there to get the Jeep hooked up. Okay? All of that happened. They find a lady alive inside the Jeep. The lady was reported missing earlier that day. I think all this started happening around 3 p.m. in a lake in Texas. She was reported missing, I believe, around 10 a.m. that morning. Now, why I think it's a mystery is that every article I can find about this, or anything on the news clips you can find about this, talks about how they got the lady out, they got her into the fishing boat. Everybody's mind was blown that a lady was alive. And the cops have said that her being in there was it's not under any suspicious circumstances. But they're not releasing the lady's name or anything after the fact that they got her into the boat and they got her into a cop car where she was dried off. And you know what I mean? But nothing else talks about anything after that. How did she end up in the lake? What was she thinking when other people came to save her? Was she trying to off herself? Which, do you think if she was trying to commit suicide that way, wouldn't that kind of be suspicious circumstances, right?
Well, yeah, but they probably wouldn't looked at like skid marks. Like, was there any skid marks? Like, it almost looks like maybe something jumped out.
The article acts as if it's a legitimate accident that happened, and it talked about there is a very, very long stretch of road that goes, and it's through a rural area.
Yeah,
I hate that word.
Yeah,
it's through the countryside.
Okay.
And it's a long stretch of road that does come to where there's a bend in the road, and if you drive straight, you'll drive right to where she did.
Oh, maybe she was just distracted.
But she didn't even try to. I don't know if she didn't try to get out of the car. The whole point of the timeline is that she was in that car for a good half hour minimum.
Well, that's the thing is, like, was it full of water? Like, should she have drowned? Like,
I don't know. I don't know if it was full of water.
Did the water not get in there somehow? Like,
in the pictures that they show of it, you can only see it looks like a Jeep Liberty or a square hardtop type Jeep, okay. And it's in and submerged, and you can just see the very back of it on the top roof of that like triangle shape is all you can see submerged or like out of the water. So the whole thing was 95% underwater.
Maybe she has narcolepsy. She fell asleep. The Jeep went into the water.
And that would make it.
Let's give a shout out to the Jeep being pretty airtight, and it just took 30 minutes for it to fill up with water, and that's how she survived 30 minutes.
Because they said that was found over 40 feet from shore. So I'm just
40 feet. That's a long ways.
Yeah, from shore. They had to take a little boat out there, and they go out to hook it up to pull the Jeep out. When the guy went underwater to hook the Jeep up, realized there's a lady inside. Now, there was no interview with him. He didn't say the lady inside was freaking out, hysterical, or unconscious. She was definitely conscious because there's still photos of them getting her into the fishing boat. And they say they got her into the cop car, got her dried off and everything. End of story.
40 feet out, that kind of supports it's full of air and it's just kind of floating before it sinks.
So to me, that's why it was a mystery minute, is because it's just there's nothing reported after.
And what are the chances that guy just happened to be driving by at that time? And
right.
It's crazy. Like, it's almost like time stood still for her, but was still happening for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right. So I don't know. Not sure what happened. That's why it's a mystery.
Well, she'll probably write a book or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for the mystery minute. Jen, I'm going to toss it over to you for the Crystal Corner.
Okay, cool. I'm super excited this week because I have a new stone that I've never had before. So we're all familiar with calcite, right? Like, it's a money stone. Well, come to find out, there's different colors of calcite, and this is orange calcite. Yeah. So like this one's gold. Like this one's gold, and then this one is
mango.
And then this is a mango calcite.
So what are the attributes or abilities of calcite?
Yeah. So for orange calcite, it is it's highly energizing and a cleansing stone, especially for the lower chakras. So orange calcite balances the emotions, removes fear, and overcomes depression. It dissolves problems and maximizes potential. So almost like if you're like have a lack of confidence, this would be an amazing stone to have with you.
Nice.
And because just with calcite in general is good for money, like I always have a calcite stone in my wallet to attract more money. It's also a powerful amplifier. So be careful though, because like if you're negative, it's going to amplify negativity. But if you are trying to, if you're staying positive, it's going to attract more positive things to you. So it says simply having calcite in the room cleanses negative energies from the environment and heightens your energy. So with it being an energetic stone, if you feel like kind of lethargic or lack of motivation, this is a good stone to have in your area.
All right. Stay hyper.
Yeah. Oh, it connects the emotions with the intellect, creating emotional intelligence, and it has a positive effect, especially when someone has last hope or motivation. So that's what I was saying. It's helpful if you're, have a lack of confidence, lack of motivation. So it's very motivational,
right?
And an energetic one. So
nice. I have a crystal-related question. What would be a good crystal for creativity?
Oh, so there's a whole bunch of those. But let me reference my book, and while I do that, Josh is going to show you this other calcite stone that we just got.
So,
all right,
this Mangano and Gano.
Yep, Mangano.
There it goes. There it is.
Ogana man. Ogana. Anama.
Old Black Betty Blamalama calcite. It looks like almost like a cough suppressant.
Yep, looks like that, or a salt hat, like a piece of salt for the
almost like
softener.
taffy, yeah. But what's cool about this and some of the other stones, and most recently we figured out plants, they've got a chemical in them that when they are in UV light, they will glow. So like when you take a look at a garnet in its raw state versus a ruby in its raw state, and you apply a UV light to the garnet, it just stays blue. When you apply it to the ruby, you can verify a ruby because it starts to glow red. So this is going to be bright. This saltwater taffy here, I don't know if you can see it. There you go.
Oh, it turns red.
Pretty neat.
Yes,
Yeah.
stains it. It looks almost like a light bulb.
Like almost like a fluorescent egg.
Looks like purple or red or something.
Looks like it should be in like a Guardian of the Galaxy kind of goes into glove.
Yeah.
Glove. You know what I'm talking about?
Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos glove, yeah. So that's pretty neat.
Nice. Yeah, Jen, I was asking about the creativity crystal because there was a study came out recently that says marijuana does not make you more creative.
Oh.
So I was thinking of a crystal you could also suggest to people that
instead of, so you're trying to smoke this, or
need to be creative, but apparently if it's not because of marijuana, at least they have something to fall back on.
So remember when we had Brooke from Brookside Crystals on, and she mentioned lapis lazuli?
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one for creativity. There are a whole bunch of other ones, but that would probably be the most popular, which is dark
lapis
stone. Yep. It encourages awareness, self-expression without holding back or compromising. So if you have repressed anger that's causing difficulties in the throat or communication, this helps with it. So it's almost like opening you up to be more creative and like find your creativity.
Okay, good deal.
Oh, and it helps with hearing loss. So, yeah.
Huh?
What?
Did you hear that, Dad?
Yeah.
What? All right, Dad, I'm going to throw it back to you for the media moment.
All right. I just got this real quick. And I was looking at all the Borns. I went back in time and checked out the Born Ultimatum, Supremacy, and what's the other one? Supremacy and Identity.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
So is there only 3 of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because I know that they're made after books. Is there more? Do you know any idea? Is there more books than there are movies?
Well, and the books would go into more detail.
Well, I know, but is there like 8 or 9 books? Do you know, or is there only 3 books?
Oh, I'm not
I think
sure.
I almost believe there's a whole saga in the book world And I think for some reason they've only made those 3 into movies. But I don't know how many there are. But they are good movies.
I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen each of them at least once. I know I've seen the first one, I think, 2 or 3 times, and the second one maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But I thought about starting books only because I read a lot of books, but I don't read action books. You know what I mean? Books where there's like action always happening, like a John Wick type story in a book form. Not like to that extent, where I feel that something led me to think that like the Bourne Identity would give like a novel version of an action film.
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually read it or go online and read it?
No, I read.
Oh, you read an actual book?
Yeah, I read an actual book.
Because they said people are now going online and read, a book.
Oh, you mean like reading like through like a Kindle or something? No, I do read an actual physical book, only because we've talked about it before on the podcast. I like to be able to just start and stop a book when I can. Like if I'm laying in bed and I'm like, all right, I got to go to bed. I fold the page, close the book, I'm out. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to open it up or have something plugged in. I'm not opposed to people that read books on devices, but I just feel like I like the actual tangible. If I sit in the doctor's office and just read a book while I'm sitting there, I'd rather do that because here he is, put it in my pocket, I'm out. Exactly. You know what I mean?
I stare at a computer all day, every day, so I don't want to be reading on a computer.
Right, and I tend to read enough news articles and things like that on my phone that I know I wouldn't like reading a book.
Yeah.
I'd be zooming in and out constantly, and it's just...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wife and I started Letterkenny. I think we're on season 5, almost season 6 already. And it's only been like a week and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
We've watched like 3 to 4 or 5 episodes a night, short.
So great.
But we're about season 5 or 6, almost halfway through 5, I believe.
What's your favorite catchphrase out of there so far?
My favorite part is every time Wayne and McMurray go to have an interaction or an exchange. It's just the whole of talking at the same time. And then they stop, and then they both look away, and they look at each other and talk again. Every time it cracks me up. Every time.
Skid's dancing are my favorite.
That and the when they went on the rant about why an ant couldn't ride a jet ski.
Yeah.
Why ants couldn't ride jet skis. And then like they talk about the scientists would have to make jet skis for the ants. Then they'd have to find ants that would want to ride jet skis. and then they went on a whole tangent on why wouldn't an ant want to ride a jet ski? If you believe that ant rode a jet ski and he goes back to the colony, all them other ants are going to be jealous, asking questions about that jet ski, and they just go, oh, God.
Yeah. Oh,
man. It's too much. But there's a lot of those type of rants that are in there that just fucking kill me.
I just like you're out and about, I don't know, it happens a lot at Walmart, you see a bunch of spare parts.
Oh, yeah, a lot of those.
A lot of spare parts.
Or you see people where you're like, you might want to take about 20% off that.
Yeah, we say that all the time.
I say that to a lot of people at work now, where it's like you know what I mean? They're like, hey, you might want to kick that up about 30%. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, pick up the fix.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Your spare parts, bud.
Pitter patter.
Yeah, pitter patter.
Yeah.
But, yep, so we've been watching that. And then Dad, a bunch of us went last weekend. Me, Dad, my 2 sons, 2 of our nephews. We all watched John Wick 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned it real quick back on the birthdays when we were talking about not Keanu Reeves.
Right.
But that was a good movie. If you like John Wick movies or just movies where there's like a nonstop action, John Wick is the series.
Yeah. We went to see Renfield last week.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was okay. We thought it'd be more like
What We Do in the Shadows. That was my expectation of like, oh, sweet, Nicolas Cage. When was the last time you saw him in a comedy? And
I didn't think it was a comedy. Is it a comedy?
It's sorta. It's got
like
comedic
goofy.
moments.
Yeah.
Like dark comedy or dark humor?
No, just like physical comedy, like
some one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I seen an interview with Nicolas Cage on one of the late shows real quick, and I was excited because I don't know, like you haven't seen him in anything that I've really watched. I know he does a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen him in anything. But after hearing the Renfield interview, I really want to see Renfield.
Yeah, so it was a good comedic role, and he did a good job. But it wasn't like my expectations of if you've seen What We Do in the Shadows.
Right.
But it was a different good.
So, oh, nice.
I was happy with it. Maybe they'll come out with another one.
You never know.
Yeah. And then when we were at the theater, there was a commercial for a movie called Strays, and it's a dog movie.
You sent me the link to that.
We couldn't even stop. I was crying, laughing so hard just at the commercial. I was like scream laughing. Like when I go to the theater, I take a sweatshirt to laugh into because a lot of people miss a lot of the movie if I don't.
Right.
And then at the end of the thing, I could not stop laughing just at the thought of what we just saw. So I keep laughing into the next preview. And then this lady messaged me on Facebook, and she's like, "Hey, were you at the movie theater last Sunday? I swear that was you laughing."
It was you?
Yeah, it was.
You sent me the link to that. You got to check out the movie Strays. Dad, you should even YouTube that. Strays, like a stray dog trailer. It's like Milo. It's like Milo and Otis, like talking animal adventure for adults.
But they all swear.
There's a lot of swearing.
A lot of
they
swearing.
Got a specific direction that they're going.
Yeah.
You got to get that action.
But it looks hilarious.
Yeah.
What is it? Where a guy goes out and picks up strays and takes them back home or something?
No, it's just
he
about
keeps trying to get rid of them.
Oh, he does. Okay.
But a guy tries to get rid of a dog, and then the dog just keeps basically finding its way back home to him. But it's about other stray dogs he meets along the way. Yeah,
it's funny. Oh man, the conversations those dogs were having. Like if Josh communicated with them, that would have been. I feel like that's the kind of conversations they would have.
Yeah, and a lot of people doing voices, and there was like Will Ferrell, there was Jamie Foxx. Who else was in there? Will Forte.
Yeah, he's the main guy, right?
I think he's the main guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people though. You hear their voices in there.
I think it comes out June 9th.
Where's it at, on the show or Netflix or YouTube? You said right?
Movie theater.
No, theater.
Oh, movie theater. Okay.
I'll send you the link, Dad. I'll send you the link on your cell phone. All you have to do is just click the link.
Okay.
Or just go to YouTube and you can look up the trailer to watch the trailer on YouTube, Dad. But then you have to go to the theater to actually see the movie. At least for the first 2 weeks it's out. Then you can probably stream.
Yeah.
Hey, if you like some dark comedy, I've been watching called Wednesday on Netflix.
Oh
yeah, I just finished that.
Yeah, that's
Super
like a
good.
dark comedy. I like that girl. She's really good on that. I like that.
You know, a couple people have told me about that, and I didn't trust their suggestion of it.
Well,
I don't know much about it. I didn't trust the people that suggested me to. But I'll check it out now that you said something about it, Dad. I trust you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. It's fun.
When my buddy GW recommends something, I go ahead and check it out. And hear from a PG-13 movie from the Addams Family. I wasn't expecting to really enjoy it that much, but it was from start to finish. It was full of good stuff that really get you invested into those characters.
Yeah, you got Louis Gutschman or Gutschman. He plays what's he play? Not Mortician. No,
Gomez?
what's the other guy? Yeah, Gomez. He plays that. And Catherine Zeta-Jones, she plays Mortician. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch it for that.
Not under the couch.
Oh, Dad's look on his face. Dad, disgusted.
The screen froze up with the weirdest look. It looks like you give me a dirty look.
Yeah. Stop talking about Morticia's.
Welcome back.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
There he is. Glad you joined us.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for being here on this episode of the Round Table. Thanks to Josh McKinney for being here. Thanks to Dad for elaborating on the turtle talk and all the celebrity birthdays. Oh, man, I was crying during that part. And thanks to Jeff Jones for being here and getting Ronnie hooked up. And even though he shorted it out a few times.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, have a good month of May, and we will see you again in June.
See ya.
Signing off.